Hong Kong police fired tear gas at demonstrators and charged at them with batons in the latest round of demonstrations, which saw thousands take to the streets. Protesters also hit back at authorities by throwing gasoline bombs at officers. Police also claim demonstrators started fires and hurled bricks at them. The city's protests have now entered their 12th consecutive week. The rallies began in opposition to a now suspended bill which would have allowed extradition to mainland China. More now from our reporter Siobhan Robbins in Bangkok.
A dispersal operation is now well underway in Hong Kong, and some were probably hoping, after we saw that massive peaceful protest last weekend and then last night those amazing scenes of the Hong Kong Way where tens of thousands of people joined hands in peaceful protest, that hopefully that trend would continue. But really, I think that is wishful thinking, given that we are now almost 3 months into these demonstrations. And once again, violent clashes broke out in Hong Kong. This time it was in an industrial area of the city. The protest today was organised against these smart lampposts. Essentially, protesters are concerned that they would contain cameras or facial recognition software which would be abused by the mainland Chinese government. So they were protesting against that. We saw early in the protest that barricades had been put up by the protesters across the road. Some of them were using slingshots to fire rocks at the police station. And then quickly that descended into violence, the police putting up their warning flags saying they would charge, and charge they did. They followed with rounds of tear gas, also batons, and some of the protesters responded with bricks. We saw bamboo poles being thrown as well. There were some fires, some local media suggesting that petrol bombs were thrown as well. It's not clear if that is what caused the fires. But the police seem to have dispersed a huge amount of that crowd, and certainly the ones that we could see on the streets from the pictures coming out of Hong Kong definitely look smaller than some of the ones that I've seen when I've been in this city. Certainly some of those violent protests I've been at have been there 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, still tens of thousands of protesters on the streets. So it looks like at this point the police may have got things under control, but there's another protest planned tomorrow, a big event also next Saturday.